Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sydney. Tonight, we decided what?
Smells good.
But tonight we decided, it's a Saturday night in quarantine. We're going to have the drinks flowing and we found a question generator.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was so bad.
My tongue's numb.
I'll ask you the first question. We're gonna start off easy. What is the best type of cheese?
Gouda.
Gouda?
Well, why, yes, I do. My favorite's Gouda.
Yeah, it's good.
Are you saying that because you're Dutch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Gouda cheese.
Your turn.
What are some of the nicknames you have for customers or coworkers?
Call IT guy. Oh, he was so nice though. I hope he never ends up on this video. That's not really like a good example, but that's the only one I have.
Make no nicknames for your coworkers.
No, do you?
All the time.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything. Go on.
I know, maybe I'm just not saying anything. Who knows? What part of a kid's movie completely scared you? I feel like a lot probably scared
A lot scared me. My dog Skip.
What? That's a sad dog movie.
It scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Homeward Bound. Basically anything with dogs that are dying.
I know, that's sad.
Along Came Polly. Is that the other
What
song?
about a horse?
No, it's dog.
Okay.
Basically anything that dogs die or horses die. So I think The Patriot scared me too.
I can't do those movies. Marley and Me, I was like, I probably...
Oh, it's Marley and Me, not
Oh,
Along
that's
Came
the
Polly.
one?
That's what I'm
Oh
looking
my
at.
god, that's, yeah. Okay, I understand that.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I've never thought of that. Yeah, I guess so. It's between bread. You can put toppings on it. If you could morph two animals to make one super animal, what animal would it be? Like, this is something I would randomly ask.
I'd probably say a cheetah with a hawk. It's one fast bird.
Would you call it chalk?
A chalk. Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to find the other way around, but it doesn't work. If you could have an unlimited storage space full of one thing, what would it be? Considering that we live in a condo of 500 square foot.
Ice cream?
You'd find unlimited storage for ice cream?
Like a freezer and just have ice cream? I don't know. I always want ice cream. Bobby knows this. After we're done like any meal, I'm like, what's for dessert? If it wasn't ice cream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that many belongings.
Yeah, you actually throw everything out.
Yeah, I'm like a minimalist. If the United States was represented by a food, what food would it be?
Based off of the president, I would probably say a Cheeto.
A Cheeto?
Yeah, just a nice and cheesy and
Shots fired.
or orange, or I would say just a burger. What is the weirdest smell you've ever smelled?
Where we live in Toronto, where we go jogging all the time, is right by a sugar factory, the Red Path factory, and you would think that smells amazing, like sugar being produced, like that would smell like kid in a candy shop. But it's like this like sulfury, just like a scent you don't want to smell on a run. I think that's probably the weirdest scent I've ever smelled. It's weird.
The sugar factory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Path.
It really throws me off when you're halfway through a run and you just want.
I can't even describe the scent.
You don't
It's
want to
not-
smell. You
it's
don't.
not
You don't
like
want to.
sugar
No,
or
it's like
candy.
it's wet. It's wet sugar. That's what it smells like.
Yeah, it's
wet.
like a damp scent.
It's almost like you put like a gummy bear in a microwave.
Yeah. Toilet paper, over or under?
Always over.
That's so weird.
Yeah, always over. Always over. Has to go over the roll. You can't go under the roll. There's no way. No, has to
I
be
do
over.
under, right?
No.
Do I do under?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I fix it all the time.
That's what couples argue about, you guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strict were your parents? Shout out to them if they're watching.
Yeah. So it's funny because my dad, I was terrified of my dad whenever he got mad at me.
Your
But
dad's
then,
so
no,
nice, though.
hold on. But
Okay.
then I found out that I could just make him laugh. And then he forgot about what he was mad at me for.
Yeah.
Out of the strictness, I'd probably say an average 5. It wasn't strict at all.
Yeah.
But it was the right strict, I think. If you could time travel, where would you go?
I would go back to Portugal. It was my first time ever in Europe and I loved it. Like, especially lately, like, I think it's a real tease knowing or not knowing when you can travel next. So all I've been saying is I want to go back to Europe.
So, yeah.
I loved it. It was so fun.
I just want the cold air again.
Yeah, if you're going to Portugal, whenever we get to travel next, you will get the Cover.
Yeah. They just drop it off at your table, and €5 later.
If anyone out there knows what I mean, please let me know.
Just shows up in your bill, and you didn't even ask for it. I don't know if it's a
I
language.
feel like
barrier.
no one tells you this when you're going to Europe. Like, you hear like, watch out for the pickpocketers.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
wear
it's-
comfy shoes. Don't wear your heels on the
co-air
cobblestone.
pocketers.
No one tells you that you're going to be paying $6 every time you go
for
to eat.
bread and olives.
For bread and olives, but it's delicious.
That's
so.
great. That's great. But
Who is the funniest person you know?
oh, the weirdest person I know.
Hey!
Besides Sid,
Yeah, I want to know.
probably my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
My dad's quirky
Yeah.
and funny and just like throws out those random jokes. But the problem is he says it 10 times because he forgets he told you it. So you have to laugh every time he tells you. But yeah, I think he'd be the funniest guy. I think all my friends could basically probably say the exact same thing. What's one choice you really regret besides dating me?
Oh, I was gonna say that. Not picking like good electives in universities, getting deep for a second. I picked like the random classes that you were like guaranteed to get like a 90 in. Like I would take like semiotics, astronomy, music, pop culture, when it's like I probably could have took stuff that could have applied, like that could have given me skills to apply to.
Yeah, it's like me taking
To life
French.
now, yeah. And I had a cool internship in my 4th year. I did my internship at MTV and I loved it. But like going into it, I knew that it wasn't going to translate into any sort of job, which is fine. I feel like everything happens for a reason, but maybe I would have done it more practically if I were to go back. But I feel like this is the thing that like everybody realizes when you're out of school. I feel like everyone can probably relate to this.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is gonna be hard for you because you're very adventurous with your cuisine. What's the one food you could never bring yourself to eat? Oh, I feel like I know this though. Cantaloupe?
Yeah, I basically eat everything. Whenever we go to traveling, I eat cuisine. For example, Portugal, I eat a whole octopus,
Weird.
cod,
Not
sardines. What else did I have? I've had insanely crazy stuff.
goat, like curry
But-
goat.
I think it's fitting that I won't have bat soup anytime soon. That will be interesting.
Oh, bat soup.
Not touch cantaloupe. I hate cantaloupe. Can't do fish eggs.
Like on top of sushi?
Yeah.
When they put those
like
on
what?
there?
What's
Yeah.
that called?
Caviar.
Caviar.
Yeah.
I can't do caviar or anything with liver.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
nasty. I
do.
wouldn't like that either.
What's your biggest pet peeve? Oh
I
no.
don't know why I looked at you like that. You're my biggest pet peeve. Well, it's weird 'cause like I like going with the flow, but on days that I like to have structure in my life, like when I know I want to follow a schedule I plan for myself, and like the timelines aren't matching up, and like I'm not making each designated slot that I have in my head. I think that
You're
this is my
structured. Yeah, you're structured.
yeah. I think that makes me mad internally. I think I get mad at myself. Like I'm not mad at anyone else. Like I wouldn't say that my pet peeve is towards anyone. I think it's just like,
is your like yourself not making things on time?
yeah, like for instance, if I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna work out right away and then I'm gonna make a protein shake and take a shower.
Basically, your pet peeve is gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah, cake or pie. Just keep it simple.
Ice cream cake all the way.
Yeah, 100%.
What's your favorite family tradition?
Labor Day weekend, my mom would always make ice cream sandwiches out of waffles and put vanilla ice cream in the middle, and that would be our dinner. Shout out Jamie.
Oh my God. What do you like to do on a rainy day?
I love rainy days. Just open up all the windows, you can hear it. It's very relaxing. It's a nice like Netflix movie. Have some wine. Sort of like the whole like quarantine situation that's been happening. Yeah, I would say probably just like a movie night. Relaxing movie night.
We can't stay up during movies.
I know, we have a problem where one of us will either fall asleep or like lose, get distracted. What's the worst thing you did as a kid?
Egged a few houses.
What? You egg houses?
Yeah. Definitely a few.
Whose?
Definitely a few houses.
You can tell me off camera. Who's?
Went through an egging phase in my grade 7.
An egging phase?
Grade 7 and 8. If you had $1 million to build anything you wanted, what would you build and why?
The thing is like,
Yeah.
shacks in Toronto are like over $1 million, so I couldn't build much here.
No, but if you could go anywhere in the world, what would you build?
Nice yacht.
Nice.
And just like deck it out. I would put a froyo machine. I know what the appliances I would want. I wouldn't.
You want a froyo machine on anything? That's the first thing you want on a yacht?
I've always wanted a froyo machine. I actually looked it up. It's like $4,000 to install on
Pretty
your
sure
house.
you want an espresso machine first.
Yeah, I would have all the
drip.
machines. I would have the espresso machine. I would have a froyo machine. Maybe it would be on my yacht. Is cereal soup?
100% it is.
These are such hard-hitting questions.
100% it is. Think about it.
It is,
Italian wedding soup has meatballs in it, so you're chewing.
Cornflakes?
You're chewing on something. Yeah, basically, Italian wedding soup is cornflakes. Okay, this one's a long one. During the apocalypse, what supplies are the most important? Besides weapons and food. If you manage to survive the apocalypse, what would your new job title be?
What if I manage to survive the apocalypse?
It's a two-part question.
Okay, so what supplies are the most important?
Besides food and weapons.
A cell phone to like keep in touch with people.
And to make videos.
And to make YouTube videos, you gotta document it.
Got you.
Okay, so a cell phone. What else is other than weapons and food?
Really hoping you're gonna say me, but I guess
You
I'm
would be
not.
there with me. You would be there. I would not survive an apocalypse without you. I would you would be very like a necessity to me.
Basically can't even survive everyday life without me.
Yeah, I'm like happy. I'm like grateful I'm still alive. Maybe like medicine? Yeah.
Smart.
Medicine?
Smart.
Can we
What's
get
your new
sick out here?
What's your new job title?
The pharmacist. If you were transported 400 years into the past with no clothes or anything else, how would you prove that you're from the future?
So I'm basically naked.
I think that's what it's saying. You show up just nude 400 years ago.
How do I prove that I'm in the future? I'd be asking for a lot of Coors Banquet or Original.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored or Miller Lite. But I'm pretty sure they didn't have that 400 years ago. I'd be like, where's the shower? And apparently the Queen 400 years ago didn't shower.
You got two.
They only showered once a year.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Queen Elizabeth only showered once a year, and it was a celebratory thing.
That's
Yes.
gross.
Not the one now,
Wait, she's-
thank God, but the one before.
Wait, how do you know this?
I do a lot of research. What's the best
God.
inside joke you've been part of? Go ahead.
Do we have any inside jokes? I feel like we
No.
do, but I wouldn't even
Yeah.
know.
We have
about
a
them.
couple. There's this guy that just shuts his blinds
Yeah.
in the middle of the day, and
In the night,
we're always
though?
very curious about why he does that.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the mystery.
Yeah.
Val, if you're watching this, there's probably a ton. Vanessa and Tiffany, actually that's one. Only Val will know.
You have to say the inside joke.
No, I can't. Taking that to the grave. Which of your friends are you proudest of and why?
I'd probably say Wortley.
Aww.
Matt Wortley, yeah. So he's very, very determined. Came into university. I first met him in university. Never drank in his life, and I actually introduced him to drinking.
You're a bad influence.
Pretty funny. I'm a bad influence as we're currently drinking. Met Kate, one of my friends, and then moved to Toronto. He wanted to pursue rowing in a different way of basically working in the rowing environment. He realized that the office environment was not his jam and went back to trades. And honestly, that takes a lot of guts to quit something that you had such a passion for your whole life, and then going into trades with your dad in welding and pipe fitting. And then next thing you know, like has a kid, he's getting married, like he has a lot, he's doing a lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah, he's killing it.
I'm proud of him. If you could ask the Prime Minister or Premier Doug Ford one question, what would it be?
I forget the Doug Ford question.
Oh, no, ask about Doug Ford. Whoever's not in Ontario, Doug
right.
Ford's a premier.
Doug Ford, who makes your merch?
He's got some
Stylish attire, okay?
He's really wearing Premier Doug Ford here with like a Canadian, like an Ontario thing stitch. But it looked like it got stitched this morning.
Swag. Last question for Bobby. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to yell everything?
100% yell.
Yeah, 100%. I would do that too.
Yeah. What are the 3 items you could buy together at the grocery store to make your cashier laugh?
Okay. It's too inappropriate. No, this is bad. I was gonna say my birth control bottle of wine.
It's chocolates.
And chocolates. Okay, we'll end on that note. Hopefully no one made it that far. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate you hanging out with us on a Saturday night. We are going to finish these glasses of wine. Let us know if you like this. Give us a thumbs up. Press that subscribe button. And yeah, maybe we can make this into a weekly series. You never know. Bye!
With guests.
Yeah, with special guests. See ya.